welcome back to another video. It's gonna be a slightly different video from me today because I'm not gonna lie, my week's been pretty dull at the moment, so I wasn't really I was gonna vlog yesterday, but I ended up just literally having an admin day and just sitting at my desk all day and doing some coaching work, which I don't feel like that is that interesting for you guys to watch, just me time-lapsing myself at my desk, because that was literally the whole of my day yesterday. So yeah, so I thought I would sit down and film this video today, and it's something that I was really heavily requested. I recently put like a question box on my stories on Instagram asking what content you wanted to see from me, and this was obviously suggested for like an Instagram post, but I'm going to do an Instagram post and a more like explanatory video alongside it, which is this video. So in this video I want to talk about like 5 ways to kickstart your fitness journey, how you can get into fitness, how you can actually build healthy habits. This is something that I work with, sorry this chair's really squeaky, this is something that I work closely with a lot of my clients, my coaching clients. Normally they come to me wanting to build healthy habits, not necessarily for a big transformation, but they want to be consistent and learn how to be consistent in the gym so they can reach their goals. And I always say to people, this does take time, building habits and changing, because you're ultimately changing your lifestyle. And I think that's why people don't actually build a fitness routine, is because they don't look at it as a lifestyle change. They look at it as like they'll do a 6-week challenge. And then what's to say that you're going to continue after that 6-week challenge? You need to find something that's sustainable for you, it works for you. And yeah, ultimately that is how you're going to start your fitness journey. Anyone else, I own really nice cups. I still drink out of like protein shakers and just like water bottles all the time. My first tip is to establish your why. You probably heard a lot of people on Instagram talk about this all the time, but I think it's so important to prevent burnout. You have to have a reason why you're doing it, whether that's to like gain muscle, to lose weight, or just to stay generally healthy, or just to like help your mental health. I think working out for me currently, I don't actually have any physical goals. I'm pretty happy with the way I look. Like sometimes I have bad body image days, but that is totally normal, and I always stress that that is so normal. So I think it's more of a case of like, now for me it's just I work out to stay fit and healthy, and it's a really good release for me. I find it when I'm really stressed, a workout just chills me out. And like this morning I went to F45. It was Wednesday, so it's a cardio day, which is disgusting. I really wasn't looking forward to it, but once I get there and afterwards I feel so good, the endorphins are flowing, and that's kind of my why. Like I find it such a good way to start the day. It makes me feel really productive. I'm back here because I do like the 7:45 class, and literally back in my flat, 8:45, like 8:30ish, can have a shower, like, ready to work at 9, and I've done like a solid tough 45-minute workout before then. So that is definitely something that I think is super important, because you need to constantly remind yourself of why you're doing it and why you want to do it. Otherwise you're always going to see working out as a punishment, and obviously it's not a punishment. If you want to build it into like a healthy, sustainable lifestyle, if you want to regularly go to the gym and build that kind of habit up of working out and staying healthy, then you ultimately need to have a reason why you're doing that. If you don't, then what's going to motivate you to do it? Like realistically, are you just doing it because you think that's what you should be doing? If you don't want to do that, then that's kind of the first hurdle, to be honest. So my second biggest thing, and I think people don't preach about this enough, and I'm so avid on this, is that you have to find what works for you. Just because you're seeing an influx of, obviously we had weight training really took off in social media online, and everyone's weight training saying it's the best way to lose weight or tone up, and yeah, there's so many benefits to weight training, and there is, and that's a very valid point. There are so many benefits, but it does not work for everyone. That really heavy kind of lifting aspect and a lot of impact on your body can be not ideal for a lot of people. And then as well as that, now at the moment Pilates is really trending online. You might not find that much enjoyment out Pilates. You might need something that's more intense, like high intensity, and really gets your endorphins going. Not that Pilates doesn't, but some people find that it doesn't. So I always suggest to people, you need to find out what works for you. Do a little trial, kind of kickstart and experiment, because yeah, I mean, like I think I've said it before, I started out doing a lot of HIIT workouts, and then I decided I didn't want to do like HIIT workouts and running. And then I started doing more weight training, really got into the weight training, but then realised I still kind of missed doing like high cardio workouts. And now I found the perfect balance for me is that I love to go to F45 and do like, because they do a mix between like resistance training and cardio workouts, and I love to do those and kind of mix up both. And then also do my weight training as well on the side, and I found the split that really works for me now. Admittedly, I haven't been that consistent recently because, like I said, my workouts have just been all over the place. I've just been quite busy, and I think with the change in weather, it's just, yeah. I've been trying to do more outside stuff when the weather's nice. That ultimately just kind of mixes up the routine a bit. But I think it's important to be flexible with your routine too, and kind of change things as of when it suits. Because like I said, if you want to build that healthy habit and have a consistent routine, like I said, you have to be flexible. You can't expect that you're going to be smashing out 5 sessions a week every week, really heavy, intense like weight training sessions. You need to listen to your body and learn to like still make time for the things you love, and make sure what you're doing you actually love doing, because then you'll make time for it. Ultimately, that is what I'm saying, is if you find what works for you and that you really enjoy doing it, then you will make time to do it. And if you're really begrudging going to the gym, then you're probably not doing something you enjoy, and that's where I think it's not really a good idea. So my third thing would be get an online coach or a PT. So I don't want this to sound like pluggy at all or anything like that, but the reason I do online coaching is because it really gives me the opportunity to pass my knowledge on to someone else. And I think the best thing about online coaching, it is not for everyone. I think if you're already really experienced in the gym, you probably don't need it. But I think the idea in the online coaching is to give guidance. And when I was saying about like trialing and error and stuff, that's what you can do with a coach. You can talk through the things you like, the things you don't like. They make personalised plans for you, and then you build a structure. And also it's adaptive because it's completely personalised. You can go to your coach, let's say you're working with me, say like, I'm actually really not enjoying doing like 5 heavy workouts a week, like, I would love to have a run in there, or maybe go to spin class once a week, can we sort that out? And I would switch it in and out for you to make sure you're enjoying your journey as much as possible. And I think the best thing about having a coach or a PT is that you've got someone there keeping you accountable, that's going to help you build that consistency up and make that a habit, and just helps a little bit with the motivation. And like I said, if you're completely lost in the gym and you don't know where to start, you don't know what's good for you, then you can chat to them. Like, I'll offer like free consultation calls. So I always jump on a call with people before they sign up, talk to them, see what they want to do, what they want to achieve. I suggest what I think will be best for them, like what mix of stuff or different workout ways to work out. And yeah, and I think that's a lot more beneficial if you literally have never worked out before. You don't really know what you're doing, you feel really lost and uncomfortable when you're in the gym, and you're just feeling a bit like out of place, then it is a great thing, especially if you as well like working out with meals and stuff like that. If you are unsure, you're like, oh, I've cracked down the workouts, but I'm still a bit unsure like what I should be eating and how I can really get those goals. Again, I think the support is a really great thing to have, because when I first started out, I had a gym buddy. We would go, me and my friend would go all the time together. And I think ultimately that made such a big difference because we would motivate each other to go, and we kind of learned alongside each other. We kind of experimented, watched people online, and yeah, like could kind of bounce ideas of each other, and that's how we just kind of experimented and found different ways to work out, found what we enjoyed doing. And we started off, it was so awful. We would literally go to the gym, we would walk on the treadmill for half an hour, maybe go on the cross trainer and literally do like a 20-minute ab circuit, which now I think about it, that is literally painful to think about. I thought that was just gonna make me achieve all the goals that I wanted. I mean, we would have fun. We would literally chat the whole way round, like literally the whole time. So it always was over really quickly, and we enjoyed doing it, but realistically it wasn't probably the most effective thing for us, and it did get a bit repetitive after a while, and we wanted to mix it up, and that's what we started doing, trying new classes together, got into a bit of weight training, and yeah, ultimately just learned from that. So I think a coach kind of works the same way as a gym buddy. Obviously they're not there with you, but it does make it a bit more flexible because you're not working around someone else's time. So my fourth thing would be to fix your motivation, fix your mindset, because it's important to establish a healthy relationship and not see exercise as a chore. I feel like this kind of links to reason one, like point one, but it is slightly different because especially if you're struggling in a food sense, I know if you haven't followed me before or you don't really watch most of my videos, you'll know that I did suffer with an eating disorder before I started my Instagram account, and until I managed to sort out that mindset, realistically my fitness journey was always quite toxic. I wasn't working out for the right reasons, and until you learn to fix your mindset and kind of just get rid of all those bad kind of connotations with food and exercise and what you should and shouldn't be doing. There is nothing that you should or shouldn't be doing. In case when it comes to like form and stuff like that maybe, but general picture, I'd never want anyone to see like something as sinful or like that's bad, that's unhealthy. Nothing is unhealthy, everything is healthy in moderation. Like I'm never going to recommend someone to like binge drink every night, but if you want to go out and drink with your friends on the weekend but you still want to like feel amazing and be the best version of yourself you've ever been, then you've got to learn to balance all of those things. You have to learn how to balance to go out but then still go to the gym and eat good. It's 80-20, like 80-20, honestly, it's the best way of looking at it. It is all about balance, and I think that's when it becomes more sustainable. And I think that's how I kind of look at it. I was like, yeah, I could be like super shredded, like literally no body fat, but then I'd probably end up losing my period. I'd get miserable to get there. I wouldn't be able to do all the things that I love, because some of these people who are like ridiculously shredded work out an obscene amount. So yeah, like at the moment I'm just at a comfortable weight. I think that's a nice thing. Is like actually when you get into your fitness journey, you realize that maybe what you were striving for at the beginning, like your why is allowed to change throughout your fitness journey. And I think that's the most important thing when I say about establishing your mindset. You've got to understand that your why may change and you need to be adaptive to that, and there's nothing to say, there's nothing bad about that at all. Because you may begin because you want to look a certain way, or like you want to grow your glutes kind of thing, and then you actually get to a point where you're like, no, I feel really confident, I'm happy, and I found balance. And I was like, those goals kind of fade. You're just doing it because you enjoy it, and I think that's such a nice point to get to. I mean, nothing wrong with having physical goals as well, but I always find physical goals can actually really like tweak your mindset, because sometimes you have to accept that some physical appearances aren't achievable for your body type. Like for instance, I'm very broad in my shoulders and I have quite naturally like bigger legs, and when I was like obsessed with the idea of getting a thigh gap, I had to get so skinny to actually get a thigh gap, and kind of get those legs that I wanted. That I was ultimately anorexic and didn't like obscenely underweight. I got so obsessed with the idea. So it wasn't healthy for me, and I found that my natural body type is actually, I sit a bit bigger, like I sit with more muscle on me. I hold muscle quite well. So yeah, I'm not a naturally lean person. I'm pretty stocky, I'm big boned, and that is my body type, and I've got to like learn to love it. And I do love it because, you know, why wouldn't I? It's what I was born with, and you just learn to find out like what suits you, what like you look good in as well. You should always dress to your body type, because I think one thing that I used to always get obsessed with is people like Kendall Jenner. Kendall Jenner would go out in like cycling shorts and oversized tee and heels and look amazing. If I wore that, I look like a dumpling, because I don't have legs as long as her. My legs aren't as slim as her, and I just don't have that body type. She's very petite, very slimmed down, and I always aspired to her aesthetic, but I had to learn that that is not possible for me, because I'm not 6'2". I'm actually quite, like I said, broad. I've got wide hips, wide shoulders. She does not. Like, all these things make a big difference, and that's why I always tell people to kind of avoid striving to look a certain way, because that in itself can be quite toxic. Sorry, a bit of a tangent, a bit off topic. And number 5, I think, which is the most important thing, and this is what's helped me like keep consistent throughout, is plan. Make a structure so you can build healthy habits. If you don't plan in advance and build a structure and a routine, then the habits aren't going to stick. You have to ultimately like implement them into your daily routine, whether it be like working out first thing, or like you always take a gym bag with you to work so you can go straight to the gym on the way home so you don't get home and crash kind of thing, or have like substitute things. I think it's always great to have a substitute to working out. So say you're not feeling up for it, you take yourself for a long walk and maybe you do a bit of Pilates or something at home, like yoga, move your body, but just not in the way that maybe you were meant to if you didn't have enough energy. I think that's always a great way to go. But yeah, definitely planning. I actually put a TikTok up, well, I'm gonna put it up today, but this is going up tomorrow. So I put a TikTok up last night about 5 apps that really helped me improve my productivity and have helped me plan and build structure in my like 9 to 5 routine. So yeah, if you are wondering what kind of apps I use, go check that out, because I found all of them have been a massive game changer, not just for my fitness, but just generally being productive and getting things done and having more of an approach to a better like productive approach to my work. Because I think I've said before, my work is very flexible. It's not a rigid 9 to 5. So I'm kind of like working around the clock and just trying to make sure I'm using all my time effectively and still distinguishing from like work and off time, because I think that's like when I first went self-employed, the line blurred. I was just kind of felt like I was working all the time, and scrolling down social media was no longer like a downtime. Well, yes, scrolling down social media was no longer a downtime. It was more like constantly like comparing, seeing what other people, like content people were putting out, and yeah, just ultimately getting really stressed out, and it was no longer downtime. But yeah, they would be my 5 top tips. Like I said, I literally DM me, drop me a message, we can jump on a call if you're stuck or confused. I always want, the one thing that I kind of strive for when starting my Instagram, I really want to be like your big sister online when it comes to the gym, because I don't want anyone not to feel confident enough to the gym. We all belong in the gym, and we all deserve to like start our fitness journey without any fears or complications and feel supported whilst we're doing that. The online community for the fitness space is so lovely, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So yeah, that is definitely one thing I'd say. Drop me a message, we can jump on a call, just chat over message. If you're stuck with anything, or there's anything you're nervous about, then yeah, just let me know. Maybe if online coaching was something that was something that was of interest to you, then that's something we can chat about to maybe kickstart your fitness journey. And I actually am offering like a 6-week Kickstarter package. So it's just like a one cost. You pay for the program that's obviously personalized to you, and then meal plans, and then you have my constant support, just to kind of kickstart, because 6 weeks is enough time to build healthy habits, and that's kind of what it's all about. So yeah, I'll put the link down below if you would like to inquire, and just put like motivation kickstart. And yeah, hopefully that helps. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about the messy background. I've been so stressed out because we've been trying to look for new flats in London and the prices have skyrocketed. So I could be moving back home, so you could be seeing little old Baxter a bit more. For a bit anyway, until hopefully the prices come down a bit. But yeah, they've charged us too much for this flat now. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Short and sweet. I just want to do a little informative video for a change. And you can watch this as you please. So if you enjoyed this video and you like these kind of sit down chatty videos, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, please let me know. But yeah, ultimately put anything you want to see from me in the comments if you want more chatty videos. Yeah, I will see you in my next video.